Alright, welcome to MAPP Presents. I'm Ronnie Hayes, and this is MAPP Live. We're going to try to stay on topic with The Walking Dead Season 8 as best we can. Towards the end of the hour live, we'll discuss other things as well. I do want to do some speculation, though, on the trailer. Keep in mind, the trailer is, geez, it's like, you know, what, 25 days away? Maybe a little less, give or take. It's definitely somewhere around a 20-day ballpark. I'm drawing a blank, but I think the trailer drops somewhere around the 21st or the 24th, something like that. The trailer, though, I'm pretty excited for that. But it only has the first, I think on average, each trailer only has the first 6 episodes at best, maybe like a little bit from the later ones. There's a lot from the first 3 or 4 episodes, but there's only a little bit from, you know, 5, 6, 7. I think only like a tad from 7, if none at all. Anyway, the trailer comes out. Yeah, my Season 8 death predictions are dropping next week. I'm finishing some of the deadline stuff up, so the Walker Withdrawal Wednesday videos are going to be back regular. The scheduling is going to be coming back now that everything's getting settled in. The Season 8 death predictions, that's dropping. And what else? Season 8 death predictions. Yeah, I'm trying to think. Let me pop out this chat. Pop out the chat. Makes it easier when I can read it right in front of me. So yeah, all that stuff is coming. We're now getting past the, you know, the moving stage, the stuff with the comic, the stuff with my comic, Doomsday Kingdom, is interesting as hell. A super chat came in from Kevin. There's no way I'm getting your name right. Quintana. I think I got that right, maybe, kind of, sort of. Anyway, what was I just talking about? I forget. Oh well. Oh, the trailer. I see a couple questions asking about the trailer. The trailer's coming this year for San Diego Comic-Con. It happens every year. Every single year they air the trailer first for San Diego Comic-Con. It's in July. And like I said before, I think it's around the 20th, give or take. You could Google it quick and it'll come right up when San Diego Comic-Con trailers. Matter of fact, let's do that. San Diego Comic-Con, July 20th to the 23rd, which means we're going to get the Walking Dead trailer on, it might be the 21st now that I'm thinking about it, but between the 20th and the 23rd, which means any day now, like I said last time, we're going to be getting images for the Season 8, the character portraits, and maybe even an image or two from the actual show, from like an episode, because some of the character portraits and the promos, that's not stuff that's actually from within the episodes themselves. So yes, July 20th to July 23rd of 2017, that is when they're having San Diego Comic-Con, and that is when we are going to be getting, where the hell did my live chat go? That's when we're going to be getting the trailer for The Walking Dead Season 8. And that is going to be so cool. Julia, unfortunately, is very sick. Well, she's getting better now. I see some comments if she's playing around with stuff. She was burning up with a fever, so it's almost done. That's actually why the Walking Dead video didn't get posted today. I had one. I'll probably push it off till Thursday or Friday. I'm not going to wait, you know, save it till next Wednesday, so I'll just put it up in a day or two. But yeah, she started burning up with a fever. I guess something's been going around for a week. That's what the doctor said. So she had like 104 fever, man. She was burning up. Anyway, so that's why we're doing a live stream today and not another video. I did post the Last of Us Part 8 gameplay. I'll probably, if I can, the best I can, I'll probably get Part 9 up in, not tomorrow, but the day after, and then we'll start with 3 or 4 more right in a row. Also, everyone looking for TV Negan. I found a TV Negan at, I believe it's a Toys R Us, and then they got a bloody one at Walmart. Everyone on the internet who collects these things are finding them in their Walmart. They're the only ones that had the bloody version, and then everyone's finding them at Target, Toys R Us, Amazon, I guess. So just look around. Pretty soon they'll be everywhere. So if you can't find them just now, don't freak out and don't overpay. Yeah, and a lot of people ask how many episodes they have filmed and stuff. If you don't want to look into it but you're kind of curious, the best way is they always film, give or take, almost 7 episodes, again, give or take, but damn near 7 episodes by the time they come out with the trailer. So come July, when we're having Comic-Con, I think it fluctuates anywhere between 6 and 7, and that's a rough estimate, but it's a pretty damn good estimate. Like, I don't believe they've ever filmed more than 8 episodes, let's say. So a ballpark range, you can pinpoint where they're at. They're close to that mid-season finale. But it doesn't really matter if they're on the 8th episode exactly or 7th, but right around there. I watched Train to Busan for the first time today. It was awesome. That's what's up. Spoilers, geez. I don't know what you're saying that to. Trailer. The trailer comes out on the Walking Dead Comic-Con panel, which I believe is Friday of their Thursday, their 21st to the 23rd. Oh, okay, we already did that. Is the trailer out? No, the trailer is not out, and this is another thing. Right around now is where we get all the fake trailers, the fan-made trailers. If you find anything, trust me, they have never and they will never post the leak to the trailer. That has never happened before, and it will never happen. It's just not going to happen. So if you see something and all they do is take stuff from different horror films that you maybe, you're not familiar with, like different scenes, and then they'll take scenes and quotes and dialogue from old, episodes of The Walking Dead. So if there's not an actual new scene, it's not the new trailer. It's not. A lot of these fake trailers will find a clip of someone with the same type of gun as Rick, or cosplay, like really nice cosplay footage, like a dark, I think there's one with like lightning and stuff and it looks like a Rick, but yeah, it's fake. It's fake as hell. Don't fall for it. The Negan stuff, the Negan origin story, that's fake as hell. Don't fall for that either. They did a damn good job on it, but it's fake. Right now it is 11:40 where I'm at, somebody asked. As far as the trailer, you guys let me know what you think we're going to get, but I've been thinking about this a little bit, and since I believe the season's going to be filled out with the entirety of All Out War, I don't think they're going to do, All Out War and end it on episode 6 or end it in episode 8 and then go into a different storyline, or the after the war storyline, which is called the New Beginning in the comic. I do believe we're going to get footage of people in a community still coming together. You know what I'm saying? It's not just going to be and I've seen this come up time and time again in conversations where a lot of people really think it's going to be like, okay, there's this big battle, maybe 2 big battles, and that's it. So we're going to see a lot of fighting here, a lot of fighting there. And I think a lot of it, too, is going to have to be the preparations. Because keep in mind, this is not a war where they're just killing each other. You know what I'm saying? Like, the first thing you think of when you see a war is just 2 sides killing each other till no one's left, or they, surrender. There's not enough people willing to fight. You know what I'm saying? You have Negan, who he's definitely going to war with these people, but at the end of the day, he needs a group of them to maybe turn and get on his side. He needs them to stay alive. He doesn't want to wipe out all the communities fully. I'm sure if it came to that, from what we've seen from TV Negan, he would try, or I mean, if it came to that, he would have to. He would wipe them out. But this is going to be something that's, and I don't want to use the wrong language, but it is going to be drawn out. It's not going to be, and that is the wrong way to put it, but it's not going to be just, one big battle. You're going to have a group plan and prep, and you'll see them in the world of The Walking Dead with the writing. We see them prepared. Like, we see them go out and get supplies and shit like that. in the mid-season finale with Rick and Aaron. Just imagine that. Like, they have this mission they're on in the world of The Walking Dead with the writing. You don't often see them skipping certain things like that. They'll put it in and they'll blend it well. A lot of times they'll blend it well with the story they're telling, and we'll see them preparing for the battle, setting up for the battle, getting the people and uniting the people for the certain fights, splitting them off. And I think that is my biggest worry, my biggest concern, if any, with The Walking Dead Season 8 is having too much downtime in between the battles, in between the war. Because I know we don't want to get into the... It's difficult because when you talk about war and fighting and the exciting stuff, a lot of fans will immediately just fall back into, oh, it can't always be exciting and explosions and shit popping off, but that's not what we mean. You know, keep the stakes high, keep the tension there, keep you on the edge of your seat even when it's a slow burn. But build up shit, even during the slow moments, maybe where they're preparing and they're setting up like the certain battlefields or they're setting up an ambush site. Keep it suspenseful, keep the tension racked at an all-time high. That's my biggest worry. If you guys have any worries, let me know what you want to see, you know, in the trailer and also for the wars and for the battles. But what is your biggest worry for Season 8? Hey, Ronnie, will we see Tess in The Last of Us Part 2? I don't think so. Considering it takes place 5 years after that storyline, I doubt it. I bet the trailer post-credits this year will be Negan backstory related, hopefully. I have to say I disagree with that. I do not want to see that. We are going to war with Negan. I don't want to see anything that's going to make him more human, more sympathetic. I don't want to see any of that until he is, you know, either defeated or until he is not a leader of a group. You know what I'm saying? He doesn't have to be fully defeated, because I'm keeping this general because we don't know what direction they're going to take the story. We don't know how they're going to remix it. So I'm staying kind of general here. But I don't want to see any Negan origin story in Season 8 at all. I prefer to see it after the war. Ronnie, are you going to review Preacher, Outcast, and The Mist? Probably not. I don't want to turn this channel into a review channel. There's just far too many of those on the internet. I would like to stay, like I said, if we could stay in a genre before we branch out completely. I do want to stay in the horror genre. Preacher's kind of like more like sci-fi, right? Outcast is the horror genre. I was going to discuss that. I think it came out last year around August, so I guess it's going to be coming soon in a couple months. There's rumors that they canceled it. It also aired in the UK. Season 2 aired, so I don't know what's going on with that. As far as The Mist, I really doubt I will review that. I might discuss it, but the trailer looked horrible. So I'm going to go into that because I love the movie they did. Frank Darabont did. So I don't know, but keep in mind, I don't want to fall into the trap where this is a review, you know, only channel. So, Epic Zombie Killer, no sheet. Oh yeah. So even predictions are going to be a 3-hour live stream. No, that's not really what we're doing. But okay. Poor Juliet. Hope she feels better. You know what? Well, we'll just skip that. I did, when I was moving, you guys know, I did a bunch of live streams. We were setting up everything. And then I got people, once I stopped doing the live streams and we started getting the other stuff put out, I got so many comments of people mad. They were like, bring the live streams back. And then, you know, like, all right, let's get a live stream going. And then you got this dipshit like, oh my God, another live stream. It's like, my God, you can't please everybody. Which is it? Hey Ronnie, what time? Oh, okay, I needed to go back up to make sure I was at the right. I meant flashback or dream sequence. I don't know if you're still. Oh, you're talking about The Last of Us. No, it's not necessary. Have you heard that Michonne? Wait, have you heard that Michonne, Rosita, and Negan are possibly missing time in Season 8 due to other projects? I would not believe those rumors at all. I was going to make a video talking about Michonne and her work on The Avengers, but come on, she's filming like 20 minutes away from where they normally film on The Walking Dead. So do you honestly think somebody like Denai, who's playing Michonne on The Walking Dead, she has a small role on The Avengers? There's no way in hell she's playing a character, or there's no way in hell that that character has a ton of time when you have all those other superheroes. Are they going to move Thor's time, or is Hulk going to take a back seat? Iron Man, is he going to be in it less for this other character she's playing? The answer is no. Michonne, there's just nothing that's going to keep her time limited, unless you know something I don't. But as far as her role on The Avengers, it's not, I don't see that. Rosita having a baby, there's workarounds, and Negan, I didn't hear anything about that, so I have no idea what you're talking about. Negan, awesome. They're filming, we're not talking about that. Also, we do live reaction to The Walking Dead and Fear the Walking trailers this year. I don't know about Fear the Walking Dead. You mean when we come back from the break? I don't know. Possibly. As far as The Walking Dead, yeah, we'll do some type of reaction for that. It'll probably be a big trailer, so I'm excited for that. Alright, let's scroll down. Do you think Keith will meet with a new group that is helpful or harmful? I think you mean Heath. I think you could flip a coin at this point. You know, the crews are pretty stacked on both sides. You know what I'm saying? So you could probably flip a coin. Who's your favorite character on the show right now? Mine is Dwight for sure. Hence the name. I'm still Rick. Nothing's taking Rick's place. How do you think Negan will be executed or killed on the show years from now? That is almost impossible. It matters on the story. You know what I'm saying? If Negan is still a villain and he's fighting the characters, then obviously the easiest death prediction would be, you know, Maggie beats him to death. But if he becomes a good guy and they are fighting walkers, you know, when he dies, chances are he might get eaten up by walkers. It really depends on the story. And since we don't know right now if they're going to go with the comic book for Negan's story or if they're going to do something original for the show, we don't know that yet. And there's definitely room to do both. If they have an idea for how the Walking Dead TV show will end, and if it's a little bit or slightly different than what's already planned out in the comic or what's already played out in the comic, it's possible that this might be the last season for Negan. Now, at this time, I don't think there's any worry for that. I don't. Maybe you could argue that. Ronnie, just a quick question on your Negan 7-inch. I understand if you don't answer it. Did yours come with two right gloved? Yeah, one holds the bat on his shoulders and the other one has a finger like he's holding a gun, and that's for when you can do the pointing, which they make the bat so rubbery it like destroys the bat trying to get it into his hand, so I just don't even bother. I thought a trailer came out when I read the title video. Listen, I make these mistakes from time to time. I assume that 98% of the fan base knows by now that the trailers come out in July. If you don't, I can understand that, sure, because I do videos on it and I don't even pay attention, but the trailer's the big one, so that, I don't know, that's just something that I thought everyone knew. Luckily, no real big horrible spoilers have been released. This time last year, there was already rumors swirling around about Glenn. Yeah, that is true. Ronnie, if you could pick any actor or actress to play Beta, I'd probably grab that person from Game of Thrones. I'm not good at casting, you know, because you get your hopes up, and you get the hype up, and then they cast somebody totally new. It's like, oh, damn. Not only that, for The Walking Dead, I think it benefits the show to pick a lot of new people, you know? Like that Negan backstory leak. Oh, yeah, that's fake as fuck. Is Morales coming back? Who cares? Can you confirm that Rick doesn't die? No, he dies in the first episode. I remember seeing a leak of Season 6 trailer in shitty quality 2 years ago. Yeah, leaks are fucking such a waste of time. Or the fake leaks. Oh, wait a minute. In shitty quality? I don't know. I'm going to have to pull the bullshit card because for Season 6, you know, trust me, there was so many people searching high and low for shit, and there's not one person that found a leaked trailer for season 6. Wait, let me think now. Season 5 was the Terminus. Season 6 was... I don't remember anything coming out for that. Ronnie, do you think they're ever gonna try to fake us out this year? Oh, Ronnie, how do you think they're gonna try to fake us out this year? We'll probably get the small misleading trailer, like, you know, these people are lining up with Negan, like Morgan. he's aligning with Negan and all this. Or, you know what, Ezekiel, there will be something in the trailer where Ezekiel is going to betray the group and side with Morgan. They'll probably do some misleading shit like that. They love doing little shit like that. And 60%, maybe more, 80% of the fan base is like, there's no way. I don't know why they do shit like that, but whatever. I'm excited for Avengers Infinity War. How about you, Ronnie? Ooh, I'm guilty. No, I'm not. I'm not a fan of the Avengers. I don't know. I'm not a fan of it. I think it's okay if it's like, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Ronnie, do you think in the show they'll... Whatever I say when it comes to the Avengers, it'll be the wrong thing. So, Ronnie, do you think in the show they'll do Here's Negan? At this time, I do believe, but I don't believe it will be this season. But it's so hard to gauge because they could throw it in anywhere, you know? Hey, Ronnie, I want to start collecting Predator NECA figures. Where do you recommend I start? Toys R Us. Start right now. You can find Series 18. Series 18 is starting to come out. Actually, if you're jumping into it, jump into it right this minute. Go to NECA online at Amazon or eBay and buy the 30th anniversary. They're coming out with the original friggin' Predator from the Predator movie. Both the ultimate version with the head and then the small head. I reviewed him on the channel. Then they have another one with the prototype mask. They got another, well, not a... I think it's the Gort mask or whatever. And then they got another one with the original, but it has the open yelling mouth. Just the 30th anniversary, and then they just dropped Series 16, 15, 16, 17, and 18 is going to come out this year. So start there. I wouldn't start with Series 1 because the articulation is bogus. And on top of that, they're re-releasing all the older figures. So just buy the new ones and wait, and you'll get them remade with better articulation. I think all of Season 8 will be all-out war, but it will end with the Whisperers interfering, maybe. I hope not. Are you knowing about Saturn Awards happening now? The Walking Dead is 7 nominations. I haven't really followed the Saturn Awards. I think the trailer will show some build-up and some shit pop-off. I think the trailer will certainly tease Heath's resolution. You know what? That might be something. You guys are talking about the mini trailer at the end. We could see Heath, where he went to at the end of the trailer. That might be something they would do. Oh, yeah. Then you go on to say if rumors are true. Please don't talk about rumors here. Rumor is just a way to say, you know, to not have to say spoiler and piss people off. Rumors come from one place, spoilers. Madison was confirmed as the Fear the Walking Dead Rick Grimes. Ronnie, thoughts? I was disappointed. I was hoping Nick was the lead. Well, who confirmed it? Was it, you know, some asshole just blogging shit out, or did they confirm it on, like, the showrunner? And if he did, it makes you wonder, did he do it just for publicity? Because more and more with Fear the Walking Dead in the news, I'm starting to think that, it's more a promotional thing, because I want to talk and read and know about Fear the Walking Dead, and every fucking time I look on the internet, they're always talking about The Walking Dead and how it can, and Fear the Walking Dead in some way, shape, or form. I just feel like even the damn bloggers or journalists, if you want to call them that, they know damn well that Fear the Walking Dead alone doesn't get as much clicks unless you put Walking Dead in there with it, and you see it everywhere. They just don't stop. Ronnie, do you think about Michonne and Rosita? Wait, what? Ronnie, do you think Michonne and Rosita will be part of All Out War? They have to be. I'm kind of curious why you even asked that. They gotta be. Do you think we're going to get some Resident Evil type walkers eventually, in which the walkers maybe change or mutate, or some walkers from labs are bigger than usual or something like that? No. The Robert Kirkman has stayed far away from that. I don't think he would change that anytime soon. Even if he did, it wouldn't really mix, so it would kind of seem like he's not confident with the story and the state of the franchise, so they're just throwing shit in there that to hype it up, you know what I mean? If Season 7 was the season where Rick finally found the courage to stand up to his greatest rival yet, then Season 8 will be the season to put that courage to the test in TheWalkingDead.com. Okay. Is Fear the Walking Dead crew going to be the Whisperers? I hope not. Ronnie, the actor of Madison from Fear the Walking Dead, stated that Madison's more gangster than Rick Grimes. Do you agree? Oh my God. I hope she really didn't say that. That's so stupid. I agree. Do you think they will introduce Lydia? Not now. Not anytime soon. Dying fam in all-out war. Morgan, unfortunately. A lot of people put Morgan down as a possibility seasons ago. So, wait a minute. Okay, Beaver6D9 gave a super chat. Thank you very much for the super chat. Hey Ronnie, love the channel. Thanks for being real. P.S. Z Nation gets better if you can power past the first few episodes. I got hooked when I tried it again. Thanks anyway for doing what you're doing. I really appreciate the support. Z Nation is just not going to work for me. I didn't just watch an episode and quit. I was going to review the whole season. I watched the entire first season, every single episode, and for me, it just got worse and worse and worse. Really appreciate the support though, but that's it. If you like, you know, Z Nation, if that's your type of movie and that's what you're into, that is fine. For a zombie show, I get kind of picky, you know. I don't know. I do get kind of picky, even when it comes to comedies. You know, Shaun of the Dead, cool. You know, what's the other one? The one with Woody Harrelson. You guys know what one I'm talking about. Come on. Holy shit! How do I not remember that? One of you will put it in the comment box. It's okay. You know what I mean? And a lot of people rave about that movie. For me, it's like, I have to really be in the mood to watch that and enjoy it. You know, if it's on, I will... What the hell is the name of that movie? Let me scroll down. Somebody's got to put that. Yeah, how... Someone said that Dylan put another super chat. Dylan, your super chats do not come up. What is going on? Kevin's came up. Dylan... Voorhees, need help with cover artists for my book. Advice. Cover artists? Instagram. If it's just for the cover, Instagram all day, every day. Here's a good test though, and artists, if you're an artist out there, you probably think this is a dick thing to say, but this is the truth. Go out there and look for an artist who does good work and who's willing to throw their art out there just to get their name out. In all honesty, even the ones, it gets problematic. If you find a good artist out there that is level-headed and he hits you with a price that's all right, that is off the hook. So many times I would get in contact with people and their prices, it's as if they want more than professional payment for it. And it's just like, it's maddening. I think it does get frustrating to a point. I looked for an entire year, and there must have been like 30 artists in a row that I talked to that they were just delusional. And I would make sure it's not just me, and I'd contact other people and be like, hey, you know what? You know, this guy, he wants da-da-da-da, and everyone's like, wow. So go searching on Instagram. Build a, you know, don't just go and be like, hey, whatever, you know, do this work for me, whoop-de-whoop, let's do something, da-da-da. Go and talk to them and make sure you like their artwork, their style, though. And get to talking and tell them your plans and all that shit. And then if you guys would eventually agree on working on a project, come to terms first before anyone even works on a damn thing. Make sure you guys you know, establish it. Are you going to pay him for it? Is this going to be something you're paying for? And if you're paying for the shit, just type out something for the rights to use the image. You know what I mean? And then do yourself a favor and look up the fact that he's going to own the physical copyrights, you know what I mean? Like the copyrights to that actual physical copy thing. And then you are going to want to be able to use the rights to put that on a t-shirt or, you know, obviously your comic. I shouldn't have to say that, but yeah, obviously your comic. Just look into that a little bit, but build a little bit of relationship with him, because, you know, the people I've ever contacted just to say, oh man, I like your art, I'd like to do something, 9 times out of 10, they're either, honestly, they're dragging their feet the most. And then the second biggest problem you hit is someone who just wants to make professional money. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, I want to make a mad stack on this one image, and then if you ever use it for anything else, I want to make more than what your profit share is. Would you want the 100th episode of The Walking Dead to be a 2-hour special? I would take any episode of The Walking Dead as a 2-hour special, but specifically for the 100th episode, absolutely. Hell yeah. I know this is a weird question, but do you think Aaron and Jesus will date in the comics? Wait a minute. How far are you in the comics? I think it's possible. It's definitely possible. She's in Black Panther. Yeah, I don't know what you guys are talking about, but Michonne is in Black Panther. That's already done, though. And then she's going to be in that Infinity... I don't know what the hell it's called. Infinity War, right? Yeah, Michonne's character is not going to be anything in that Avengers. Do you believe that flashbacks like in the show Lost for some reason would be good for The Walking Dead or Fear? No. Here's the thing. When they did flashbacks in Lost, it connected to the story, and it connected to the story in a good way. Doing it and finding out Rick arguing with Lori before the apocalypse, it doesn't do shit but open up those characters. You know what I'm saying? That's it. And I don't want to even call it character development, because some of it is, but some of it isn't. Some of it is just connecting with the characters. You have character development and then connecting with the characters. So for The Walking Dead, it would be seen as filler far too often if you did flashbacks of their life before the apocalypse. With Lost, it connected with the story. Like, it had a purpose. With The Walking Dead, I would say steer far away from that. Don't ever do that. Keep the live streams coming. Do you know when we are going to see the new trailer? Yes. Too bad I didn't think of this, man. Like I said, I thought this was just a known thing with the Walking Dead fans. I should have posted it right here. July 21st, between the 20th to the 23rd, they're having the San Diego Comic-Con. That's when we're going to get the trailer. Have you seen the pig mocap for Last of Us Part 2? They're doing that. No clue why. I have no idea. I thought Sasha was in Star Trek. She is in Star Trek. Just getting here. What happened? Please recap for us just tuning in. Nope. Go back and rewatch it. Not to be a dick, but it would just benefit. Yeah, this is selfish shit to ask, James. Fuck out of here. Seriously though, recap it. You didn't miss much. It was just discussions. I know this is, yeah, we already did that. When are you going to see the new trailer? July. What I want to see in the trailer is an epic Rick's speech. That would be awesome. Daryl Dolphin diving over a grenade while spraying an AK at Saviors. Let's not get ridiculous now. And Morgan hitting someone with a stick. I like 2 out of 3 of those. Is there hope for The Walking Dead still? There's always hope for The Walking Dead. What do you mean by that? Irani, what will happen to Shiva in Season 8? She's going to eat a lot of people. Do you like Rosita from the show? Not a big fan. I don't, but I can tell it's the character, or I can't tell if it's the character or the actress. For me, I'll be honest, I had a bias. Once I heard they were bringing someone from Twilight, I was like, oh, here we go. But to be honest, the actress, she is, I would have to say it's the character for me. I think if they did something different with the character, I think the actress can really win you over. So I would not blame the actress at all. And that's for me. If you don't like the actor for some reason, you know, that's on you. I want Negan to redeem himself and have the next big bad force the others to murder him, all of them again on their knees. Force the others to murder him, all of them again on their knees. Ron, do you think the princess is Stephanie? I think that would be one odd coincidence. Think about that. You're the princess, but you're also running the radio. I just don't know if I buy that. You know what I'm saying? How do you think episode 100 will reference and pay tribute to the pilot episode? Again, people are already putting out spoiler images of that, so we're not going to go into that. And it's something small and stupid, so. But that's just going to spill over into spoiler. And for those who are like, oh man, let's talk about it. It's something stupid like carrying a can of gasoline. It's like that small. So as far as referencing and stuff, callbacks. That's the easiest way to do it. Like Rick got hit with a shovel, and this is not it. I'm just pulling something out of my ass. Rick got hit with a shovel, so Daryl will get hit with a shovel from a savior. Like, just look at callbacks. I think that's probably how they'll pay tribute to some degree. I don't think they're going to go all out. I don't think they should focus on going all out. If it works for the story, sure, fine. If it's organic, that's cool, but I don't want to see them focus on solely that just for that purpose. I think that's a waste of time. I'm pretty sure Aaron has taken Heath's comic role. Aaron taking Heath, so AMC can probably take Heath out of the story if they really wanted to. But why? Why? Yeah, why? Heath's story is so insignificant in the comic book, and if you're still going by the Heath-Denise dynamic, that is, as of right now, unless they remix it, completely unnecessary. But yeah, his role is so insignificant. I need to go back and reread it multiple times because I just cannot remember it to save my life. As far as Aaron taken, I don't know. I think they could play loose with Aaron and have him maybe do that and then do some of Aaron's storyline. As far as Heath, though, the actor who plays Heath, keep in mind, I think he lost his legacy show, 24, so he should be pretty free for The Walking Dead Season 8. What role do you think Daryl will play in the coming season? Soldier. I bet that's got to be pretty easy for that. I don't see him leading the whole group. I don't know. He might. I don't see that. Soldier. Simon deserves his own episode. Og plays him so damn good. I would watch that. Ronnie, do you think John Stamos would have made a good Negan? No way in hell. I don't know if we're thinking of the same guy, but. Yeah, I don't know. Who is that guy? Let me know. If The Walking Dead wanted you on the show, what role would you like to play? Assuming that you would have A1 acting your... I don't even know. I think Beta will end up killing Negan. That would be badass, huh? Only if they do something with Beta, though. If he shows up, kills Negan, and then gets killed by Rick shortly thereafter, then that's going to be like... meh. Rumor is, oh geez, here we go. Rumor is again. Could you imagine how? When's Doomsday Kingdom coming out? This week we're gonna have the announcement, so stay tuned. Ronnie, well, this week's almost over. Next week, by the end of the week, without a doubt, we will have had the announcement for that. Ronnie, as a family, can we make a plan to meet someone in case a Walker outbreak occurs? Laugh my ass off. Yeah, sure. In North Carolina. Is there a trailer? July. Trailer comes out San Diego Comic-Con. If they don't know, fuck them. Do you think the whole Eugene, Dr. Carson, girls Mark get away will happen? Considering they brought another cool doctor to the sanctuary, the girls bond with Eugene. Well, you got to ask yourself, what does it do for the story? Like, where you going with that? Yes, new actors for new characters. Negan is an awesome psychopath. Yeah. Oh. Some of these I got to read, and I'm starting to get worried now for spoilers, but I don't think we're getting any. Hey Ronnie, I know someone was complaining about spoilers in a video I did recently, and the spoiler was so clearly a smart-ass comment, so yeah, I don't know, it's hard. It's like, I don't know. It's like, don't worry, sometimes it's just someone saying something dumb. Irani, I think it's safe to say that Jadis and her scavengers will be dead by the end of season 7. Do you think she will work with Negan until then? That's a rough one. I did talk before that with someone like Jadis. I can see her flip-flopping, so if she does, I wouldn't put it past her. As far as surviving, I think we can do with killing off a good amount of villains, especially if we're going to do something different with Negan. Different compared to the standard way you deal with the big bad villain. So yes, kill the scavengers, and then kill Simon. I love Simon. I love Stephen Ogg. He's doing a fantastic job, but he's got to go. He's just got to go. Fans need that. They need that reward, you know. I hate comicbook.com. They leak spoilers. Yeah, they're shitheads. The trailer better not spoil a huge comic moment, like, say, for example, the death of such and such. And then you go ahead and put it. Holy Christ. At this point, who cares? I wish they do now. Do you think... Everyone talks about it. And I don't know if some people are being, like, curious or some people are being dicks. I see some people's comments, and I don't know. It just seems like they're being dicks about it. It's like, let's just put this out there. A tiger's not going to last long. CGI-wise, did I say that right? CGI-wise, they're probably not going to do the tiger, or they'll just, you know, shoot the tiger in the head in the first episode. I don't know. But it's got to cost a lot of money. Give me 1 second, guys. What did I do with the mic? My daughter had a fever dream. Sorry. Bad dream with a fever. Alright, what do we got here? Any dumpster fake outs this year? You're a dumpster fake out. Ronnie, you hyped for Justice League? Not really. I think they bombed on Batman v Superman. Excited for Sony Venom Carnage. I like Tom Hardy, so I am too. Super leaked. I don't watch Dump channel anymore. Do you think the Walking Dead writers need to be replaced due to the amount of backlash from the bottle episodes? No, wait a minute. Oh my god, that was something I was going to discuss. Recently, when I was cleaning up around the house or doing things, I started watching Sopranos again. And, you know, there's so much going on. They can't do this exactly in The Walking Dead because the story's different. But with Sopranos, they have so much going on in one episode. A 1 hour episode feels like a 2 hour episode. A 13 episode season feels like a friggin' 20 episode season. It feels like there's so much more going on, and that's because they have these blended episodes. You'll get like 30 seconds on screen of the main characters talking, you know, one set of main characters, 30 seconds of another set of main characters, and that's a lot of what, you know, TV has been, is like that, you know, 30 seconds and 30 seconds, then a minute, then 5 minutes. But I was just thinking about that, and I'm like, man, Scott Gimple said they were going to tweak it so to handle some of the criticisms as far as the bottle episodes, and I really feel like if they do, and they're able to do it right, keep in mind, it's the budget. The budget is the only reason. If you look at it, there is no other reason they're doing that except for the budget. I mean, damn, unless there's something we don't know about. Anyway, let's just go down here. Do you think Eugene could still become good, or is he Negan's bitch? I think Eugene is good. You know, he just chose a gray area. Come on, Civil War was off the chain. No one died. When I saw the trailer, I was like, man, I'm going to see that. And I even went and seen it, and I think I talked about it on this channel. I did a review on that, I think, and I loved it. You know what I mean? There's still that threshold. There's that ceiling, though. Like, my love and enjoyment for Civil War will never go past that because, obviously, it's Marvel. It's geared towards the family. It honestly is. You don't have serious consequences in Marvel movies. Like, you just don't. Well, I shouldn't say that because they're starting to branch out and do other things with, obviously, Logan was a step in the right direction. Yeah, Daredevil, you know, I'm sorry, Deadpool, Daredevil on Netflix, all a step in the right direction. For me, that's where my love and enjoyment comes from. Something like the Avengers and Thor and Iron Man, it's okay, but it'll be like one of my last picks, you know. I like it dark, bloody, violent, you know, foul language to the max. That's just what I enjoy the most. The other stuff, you know, I don't know. I can't get sucked in with it. Ronnie, do you think eventually the walkers will change or mutate? Wait a minute, we were there already. Did they put a trailer out for season 8? No, July. Is there a new Walking Dead trailer? No, July. Morgan, 99%. Wait. Peeping deals. No. I think there's a really good chance, sure, but I think the whole he built the cell does not seal his fate at all. We have a video coming that discusses the cell, and no, I don't think, no. One doesn't have anything to do with the other. The story itself, organically, it has something for the cell. We'll talk about that coming up. Hey Ronnie, been watching you forever. Do you think Carol will machine story? Okay, fucking hell. Alright, I'm going to try to make this make sense. Hey Ronnie, been watching you forever. Do you think Carol will machine's story after all-out war with Sadiq? I'm just confused. Okay, Michonne's story, I'm guessing, is what you're saying. I'm just confused because we were introduced to Oceanside already. I do believe Carol is getting Michonne's story, but I think it's going to be different, completely different. It'll be like, you know, somebody goes off and does some work. Instead, with Michonne, it was someone goes off to travel. You know what I mean? Considering Gimple teased that the first 4 episodes of this season will melt our TVs, This trailer should be excellent. Here's a warning, and I'm going to level this as a serious criticism to the hype. There's a lot of fans that were disappointed with Season 7, and I see a ton of Fear the Walking Dead fans using, knocking Season 7. They said Season 7 was going to melt your brain, you know what I mean? So, do I believe that the first 4 episodes are going to be hard-hitting? Sure. I mean, it's all-out war. They have so much potential built up right now that, yes, I am likely to believe him. But will I buy into the hype? No, because Season 7 failed because of the structure for me as a fan. The structure just flattened my tires. And because of that, I'm not buying into the hype. I bet the trailer will end with the epic line, you ever hear about the one guy who brought a baseball bat to a gunfight, asshole? Maybe, but in the comic, that already took place. A little bit remixed, but yes. They could remix it, sure, whatever. Why do people like saying NECA 4? NECA this, NECA that. Laugh out loud. I don't know what you're talking about. Q&A. Hey Ronnie, would you like to see the same shit they did Here's Negan and keep it the same in the show? No. I would like to see Here's Negan but remixed slightly. I think there's some gaps in Here's Negan and there's some real opportunities to do something amazing on the show with the Negan character, because you could dive in, you know, with the comic book and with the TV show, you can do some things differently, and some things you could do really well. And I think they can do Here's Negan a lot better in certain areas that are slacking in the comic version. I think they could do those, you know, those areas a lot better on the show. So I'm looking forward to it, but remixed. Heath is gone for Star Trek. I don't know what you're talking about. Would you like to see Morgan last for the New Beginning story arc or have him die in all-out war? I could take either way. Again, it all matters on what it does for the story and the death itself. As far as lasting, I think the Lenny James is awesome. He is magnetic. So yeah, I would love it. If he lasted for 2 more seasons, I would love it. If he died in Season 8 and it fit the story, then I would love that too. But I don't think a lot of TV viewers care that much for Heath. No, I don't think TV viewers care that much for Heath, but keep in mind, they haven't given us a whole hell of a lot of reasons to care for Heath, you know what I mean? They better not have a Heath bottle episode. I don't think we need it, you know? We can hear what happened to him, you know, bring him back somehow. We could just hear it. We don't need to see a bottle episode. But it's likely we might get one. The trailer for The Walking Dead Season 8 will be July 21st. Alright. July 21st, everybody. Gail Ann Hurd confirmed Madison. Ann Hurd said it about Madison. I think you guys are talking about, well, yeah, but which one? Which one? Complete sentences, fools. Are we talking about that she's a gangster or that she's the lead? Or, wait a minute, or she's better than, now I forgot what it was. Maybe it was the same thing. It doesn't matter. Do you think Negan is trapped inside the sanctuary? That's the reason. Punk Rocker, please don't talk about, I'm not even going to read that. We're not even going to discuss it. We don't cover filming spoilers here and filming anything. So we don't talk about any of that shit. I go as far as we don't even talk about the little stuff, like what episode they're filming. Now, there's no real spoilers on that, so I don't care. But I won't be bringing it up. Like, I won't be reading your questions off because you are definitely going into spoiler territory 100%. Gail Ann Hurd confirmed Madison is the Rick. Ronnie, you are awesome. Thank you very much. Okay, I guess. They're just trying to piggyback off of The Walking Dead. I'm just getting more sick and tired of every time Fear the Walking Dead ends up in a discussion, we hear about The Walking Dead as well. I just want to, you know, digest and have fun and enjoy Fear the Walking Dead. Leave The Walking Dead out of it. I'm fine with Madison if she's the Rick. I'm fine with that. I still think they failed in a huge way killing Travis, but if they want to make Madison the main character, I said this from day one, I've liked that actress in other shit, so I'm cool with it. Ronnie, thoughts on Game of Thrones Season 7? It looks awesome. It looks really awesome, actually. All right, we got a super chat. Wait a minute. How? I must have scrolled back up. We got another one, though. Ashley Estrada, $20 super chat. Keep being you, Ronnie. Thank you very much, hon. You spoil me. Good night. It's late here. Great chat as usual. Have a good night, Storm. Question. Before All Out War, did Negan know about the kingdom? Yeah. Or was the deal that those saviors made kept a secret from him in order to get more supplies for their outpost? Please answer. No, Negan knew about the kingdom. If he doesn't, that is a surprise and a different part of the story likely coming up, because I don't think they would just breeze over that. That's a big deal story-wise. I personally think Negan knew about the kingdom, yeah. Why are we talking about Season 8? It comes out in October. That's a while away. Don't just hype these people for the season and then they're going to get disappointed. Well, that's what we do. I try to take a step back, like Season 7 ends, let's take a step back, let's, discuss other zombie movies and everything. Like, I had that move, but the whole plan was to discuss independent zombie stuff, even not even released, like shit that people post on YouTube, break it down, review it, talk about the things that are hot. It just gets difficult because you'll just get so many messages that are like, no, let's talk about The Walking Dead Season 8. And I'm right there with you. I'll discuss it, once a week, sure, but I refuse to talk about The Walking Dead Season 8, every other day. It's just not going to happen. I think, yeah, that's just not going to happen. So I hear what you're saying. It doesn't come out till October. I will disagree, though. Once they drop the trailer, oh my God, yes. Let's talk about it. Hell yeah. The getaway would bring Eugene back to Alexandria Hilltop to make bullets. I find it funny that Rick has been obsessed with guns all of 7B but never once thought about ammunition. Guns are useless without. Why don't you play the Telltale games? I do. I don't know. I've announced it like 1,000 times. Telltale is next. If you didn't hear it, it is next. Why? Oh, all right, we already did that one. Wait, what? Ann Hurd said Kim Dickens is first on the call sheet. When is the trailer? July 21st. Ronnie, have you seen the new Preacher episodes? They nailed it. Not yet. I'm probably going to watch that this weekend. I'm actually really excited for it. Kim Dickens was in Lost, Ronnie. Yes, I know. Hey, Ronnie, I've heard that The Walking Dead will no longer be on Netflix. Do you have any idea if this is true? I couldn't imagine why they wouldn't. I know Fear the Walking Dead is on Hulu, but as far as them not being on Netflix, I didn't hear anything about that, to be honest. Hey, Ronnie, Scott Gimple confirmed Madison is Alpha and Alicia is Lydia. What are your thoughts? I think you're full of shit. There's no way I'm believing that unless you put a link. Because first off, they would never confirm it and let the cat out of the bag before they set it up and get people going. That would be like, hey, we got Game of Thrones 7 coming out, but Jaime Lannister dies. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't confirm shit like that. So I think you're full of it, or you read an article that tricked you. Al Francis, I know that The Walking Dead has a big potential to be a spectacular show, but the budget is annoyingly restricting them, considering that they are one of the biggest shows. What do you think will be solution? Listen, there's not going to be. If the budget is the problem, if you don't raise the budget, you don't have a solution. That's the way I see it. So, hey, Ronnie, why is the red man trying to steal the white man's land? It's just the way it is, bro. They're like, the internet is gone. I have no funny fucking joke for that. Is there a new trailer? There will be in July. Hey, Ronnie, what Last of Us figures do you want to see? The main ones, obviously. I'll take just Joel, Ellie, Bill, Tess. I always had a feeling that the Saviors made a deal that Negan wouldn't. What the fuck did I title this damn live stream? The Walking Dead Season 8 trailer hype predictions in live chat. Oh, that's definitely clear enough, people. Do you think the gore is back? Hashtag, or question mark, yeah, hashtag. I mean, Negan did stab Rapey Davey in the neck. Yeah, but that's not gore, though. Somebody, just a violent action being done, like someone getting shot in the head or stabbed in the neck, that is not gore. I would take the crow eating the brains in Fear the Walking Dead. Yeah, now we're talking about some gore. You saw some brains. So, but the knife scene, that's, come on, man, that's not even close to being gore. I'm hoping the gore's back. You know, I don't want the gore to leave. I think it's ridiculous for the gore to leave, you know. You are right. I'm full of shit. Laugh my ass off. Yeah, Jason. Come on. Do you think Fear the Walking Dead should have been a show solely based on what happened before the apocalypse instead of what happens in Mexico during the apocalypse? I think you lost me. Yeah. I think a Walking Dead show that's based on what happened before the apocalypse, I think you totally lost me, because no, I don't care about what happened before the apocalypse. Or are you talking about the breakdown of society? Because that's still the apocalypse. I mean, yeah, let's just be black and white. I want to see what happens with the initial breakdown, and then after, I'm fine with it. You know what I'm saying? I just think they could have handled the breakdown better. I even go back and like it. I even talked season 1 up a little bit after rewatching it. I liked it more than I did with my expectations. But in the same strength, if you can say, Ronnie, we could go back in time and we can actually, you know, do Fear the Walking Dead and have them, or have it take place over the whole course of the breakdown of society. No time skip, no bullshit with the army shit. I would click that button any day of the week, even though I still, you know, went back and said, oh, I liked it for what it was without my expectations. If I could click that button and have them change it, I would do that in a heartbeat. Yeah, where are we at? Can I get a shout out from the UK? I'm not in the UK, so no. Martin Blake. Wait, did I say that right? Yeah. You watch all my videos. Thank you very much. I was joking about the UK thing, because I think you meant you're from the UK, right? Ronnie, I have a prediction. Jon Snow dies again. And somebody gives his life to Jon Snow. I mean, they did that once. Maybe, I don't know. I'm bad with the magic aspect of it, but if it plays a part in the story, sure. But in my opinion, they already killed him once. It's like, why even bother doing it again? Ronnie, as an inspiring writer, since you are also a writer, what advice would you give me? That's like asking somebody, what advice would you give me to win the lottery off of playing like instant pick or something. If you want like specifics, like on a specific topic, that's easier. But on the whole career of writing, that's impossible. The only general advice I can give you is write every day. If you're not writing every single day, and I'm not even talking writing a novel, writing a little bit just to write, you're not worth being a writer, in all honesty. And I wish someone would have drilled that in my head when I first thought about writing. I always thought writers needed to be like, you know, rich and highly educated, drinking scotch, and had to stick up their ass. You know what I mean? Like that, you know, that kind of I don't know. You know what I'm saying? So every time someone would talk to me about writing when I was younger, even though I was writing some stories for this and that, I would never be like, I'm not a writer. Come on, because I'm not like that type of individual. But I would say yes, if you're not writing every day, you don't deserve it. And especially if you are an aspiring writer, because you learn a lot, especially by writing the stuff you're just going to throw away. Once this drops, I will something at my mom's. Oh, scream at my mom. Do you watch Rick and Morty? No, I do not. Who plays Path of Exile here? I have no idea what's that. Do you think Rick will go after Negan first, or Negan will go after Rick first? That's hard to tell. I think the way it's set up, normally I would say Rick is making the first move. However, we got that last line from Negan saying we're going to war. But before that, Dwight and Simon, I believe it was, said everyone's ready. We're just waiting on you to give the word. So I kind of find it hard to believe that everyone's ready. Negan tells them we're going to war, and they don't make the first move. You get what I'm saying? So I'm gonna have to pick Negan based off of that alone, because the other people, they were, you know, digging a grave for Sasha. They were boarding something up or something. I don't know. How's the MAPP family dog? Any loose screws tonight? At Spin. I don't know what you're talking about. Family dog. Can you see a major character die in season 8 that's still alive in the comics, like Aaron or Jesus? I don't consider Aaron a major character, but that's one of those ones where it's like, if you consider a major, yeah, sure. But Jesus, I think it would be very underwhelming if they had Jesus die on the show. Yeah, during All Out War, I think that would be a mistake, absolutely. But with the way they're adapting this other different version of Jesus, I can see them killing him off. I don't want them to, but I can see it if they do it. Irani, The Last of Us deserves more merchandise. I definitely agree. Irani, do you think Fear the Walking Dead is more realistic and grounded than The Walking Dead? No. I think there's arguments to be made, but on a whole, I would have to strongly say no. We just saw a guy get hit by lightning. And again, it's not just that a guy got hit by lightning. It's the fact that all that shit lined up. You know what the chances of getting hit by lightning are? What do you think the chances of you kneeling down in front of a zombie and then having this big moment, and then, you know, coincidentally the zombie just gets hit by lightning when God didn't do it? There is no, you know, God to do that. It's not. He's not just gonna do something in this one instance. Yet this other thing happened, and he's just gonna like, oh, I'm gonna not interact. It's just it hurts my brain. So I would have to say that, yes, I think there's certain aspects of Fear the Walking Dead that feels like it's more grounded in reality than a show that has comic book characters. Like Michonne's a wild character. She shows up with the pets in the hood. That's a comic book character. You know what I'm saying? Fear the Walking Dead doesn't have that as much, you know? But they still have those moments, like how everyone gets separated and then conveniently they run back into each other. Yeah, all the time. Yeah. I would say that, yeah, if you're talking about comic book characters and that aspect, how I just described with Michonne, sure, I could see how you feel that way. Yeah, we're going to do live streams about the trailer, sure. We're doing the trailer breakdown and everything. And then soon we're going back into the regular schedule where we're going to have the regular videos and then the live streams also. And I bet you any money I'll still get the same comments every time I do a regular video. No, where's the live streams? And then when I do the live stream, no, where's the regular video? It's like, holy fuck. Ronnie, wait. I'm going to start reading some of these. I like to be moving at all times, like a shark. But I got to start reading some of these to myself because it looks like some people are putting rumors and stuff in the comments. So let me just be careful. Thanks for answering, but if Negan knew the kingdom, why wasn't half their shit taken? The kingdom also gets to keep their guns for some reason, along with ammo. Negan wouldn't allow that. I don't know. I disagree with how it played out. They talked about running into him while he was on the road, and it was a deal right then and there. So there was no altercation. Like, you forget, Rick and gang, you know, slaughtered a whole outpost. Yeah, so I would disagree. Now, if it turns out that Negan did not know about the kingdom, all right, you know, sure, but I don't know. I can't see why that would be a part of the story. Like, what? Because that would turn saviors on saviors, and that would be a side story that just doesn't connect. You know what I'm saying? Look at Negan took their guns because of what Carl did, because anyone else could take a shot at them. The kingdom didn't do that. The kingdom didn't attack. The kingdom made a deal, you know, at that point in time outside of their zone, and I just think it's them dealing with the community off of like a cause and effect sort of way. You know what I'm saying? There's some friction over here, so we're going to buck them back or push a little harder. With the kingdom, it was like, yeah, okay, listen, give us half your shit. I don't know about that. I really think you should. Okay, fine, we will. And then it's like, why push them any further? You're already getting shit, you know? But I could be completely wrong there. Wait, what? I'm gonna skip some other comic ones too. I like to stay focused on the show, and we're pulling a lot of stuff from the comic that if people are not reading the comic, it's just spoiling the season 7 for them. So, and I know before we were just reading through everything, but now I'm starting to wonder. It's like, how do you make that split? I'd rather be able to put a warning up. Maybe I should just do a warning in the beginning. Which season of The Walking Dead has the best theme and atmosphere according to you, and why? I have no idea. I never looked at that. Do you think Robert Kirkman will kill off Daryl in season 8? I think it's possible, but unlikely because he's such a fan favorite. Yeah, Glenn flashback only works if it's tied in with Maggie and the baby story. I would agree. I know there was a comment about, I think Dylan left a comment about Glenn flashback being with Rick. I would have to agree here that I like it better with Maggie. I think it does more emotionally to attach that to Maggie than it does Rick. Do you think Dwight will recruit Eugene and take Negan down from the inside? No, I think it has to be, you know, I think it's going to be a little more complicated, but I think it has to be on a battlefield, you know, going to war. There has to be that. Just taking the leader out. You have all these other soldiers. They're raring to go. They're not just going to be like, oh, Negan's gone, Negan's dealt with, that's the end of it. Someone else is going to rise up in the place. And if you don't have a plan, you know, put in place to fill that void, it's just going to be a shitty situation. Hey Ronnie, do you think The Last of Us should do a spin-off game or even its own show? I talked about that at length with The Last of Us videos. I will put it shortly. Yes, despite how pissed off we all were at the Season 6 cliffhanger, do you miss all the speculation and discussion about it? I feel like compared to last year, this is very little hype in it. No, I so strongly disagree with that sentiment. You know, I couldn't disagree more. Last year, we got a lot of frustration, and I would rather see nothing. And I'll be dead honest. I would rather have no conversations than have stupid theories, and we got a ton of those. And sure, for YouTubers, you can put, and I feel comfortable saying this because I made sure we only discussed ones that were grounded in reality as far as like a decent fan theory. Well, I did cover like the crush theory, but there was realism to that. It was more joking, but remember the can of crush? Denise found a can of crush and then Abraham would die. And I did that too because there was some jokes to it, but there was a possibility of that coming true, and it did, shockingly enough. But so we did certain ones that were whatever, but there was a lot of aggravation, a lot of mad fans. There was a lot of fans that were so fed up with the cliffhanger and how it was handled, all they wanted to do was know the spoilers. I don't see any of that conversation. Now, was there good stuff coming out of it too, like fans and excitement and shit? Yes, but I still see the excitement now, but it's not geared towards, like last year, it was only the death. It was only episode 1. Nobody was asking about what comes after that. It didn't have anything to do with that. It was just, let me know what it says. It was just episode 1, so I'm good with the excitement levels we had now. Once the trailer drops, it's going to be insane, I feel. And if it's not, oh well. Irani, what has been the weakest season for Fear the Walking Dead? It's got to be Season 2. In my opinion, it's Season 2. I'm liking Season 3 already better than Season 2. I just saw Okja on Netflix. Hated it. Not sure if I am sick at the moment, but geez, I don't know what that is. Now, fuck this. YouTube has such a shitty... When you scroll for the questions, it's so damn choppy. There's a lot of questions getting skipped because it is just glitching like a son of a bitch, and it's so ridiculous. Anyway, let's go back. The Nerd. Do you think in Season 8 there will be some flashback episodes to slow the pace? I don't know why we would get flashback episodes, and flashback to what? That's what's concerning me. No, we shouldn't get any flashback episodes unless they flash forward and then we go backwards, but that's not really a flashback, that's a flash forward. I don't know. I don't want any flashback to pre-apocalypse. I don't want any flashback to prior seasons. I don't want any of that. Maybe one thing, two things, that's fine, but Do you feel that the soundtrack in the last couple of seasons have left a lot to be desired when compared to the previous seasons? I'll be honest, I have no idea. I haven't been comparing when it comes to the soundtracks. When it comes to the music, off the top of my head, I feel like I don't have that many complaints because the... Alright, let's keep an eye on that. And then it'll watch it when you just got your medicine. So watch it go down, okay? Let me know what it does.
Okay.
How you feeling?
Good.
Yeah? Alright.
It's
Try
like
to rest.
It's like my throat didn't even start hurting.
Yeah? Good, good. Let me know how you're feeling a little bit.
Okay.
Are you sleepy at all? Teeter-totter? Alright. Just rest up.
Okay. I got a big day ahead of me tomorrow.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
See how you feel, though.
Uh-huh. Good night.
Good night. Where are we at? Yeah, when it comes to the promos and the music to the trailers, I love what they've been doing recently, so I don't have complaints in that aspect. Now, when I go back and rewatch it, now that I have that on the brain, I might think something different during the actual show. But I will mention, though, there's been some awkward songs that I just... Bless you, honey.
Thank you.
I don't think they fit. I know what they're going for, but I would rather they not be in it. You know, obviously, Easy Street is one of them. The one where Carol's walking around. There's other things like Dancing Through the Tulips and shit. And I get it. They picked it because of the ants and Sam, and it had the foreshadowing, and I just think it's a shitty song. You know, even though it has the foreshadowing and maybe it fits the story, it's, I don't know, it's just like I would rather a good song be in that place than one that has foreshadowing built right into it. But what are you gonna do? What about, maybe that's kind of what you mean. So what about Dwight? He a main character? Breathe, Ronnie. Yes, Dwight's a main character. Dwight is definitely a main character. And I know I said that Aaron, for me, is not really a main character. Dwight is so much bigger than Aaron because of what happens story-wise, I feel. Now, will they do something different for the show? I think the actor who plays Aaron is awesome. So I would be definitely excited if they went that route and gave Aaron a bigger role. Urani, you think Whispers will use a different name in the show, like the Wolves or Terminus? Well, the Terminus people didn't have different names. They're still the Hunters. The Wolves, yeah, they had different names because they were the Scavengers. No, there's no reason for it. No, there's just no reason. The big villains don't have different names. Governor is the Governor, Negan. Savior's the Saviors. The Hunters, the Roamers, I mean, they all have that similar name. So I don't think there's any reason. Besides, if you change that, you change something that's very important with them. You know what I mean? So I would say no. Who do you think can improve the continuity regarding Chandler's age? How do you think that, we've gone through this 1,000 times, the damage is already done. There's nothing they need to do. It's over. The damage is done. Go marathon the finales of every season, and you tell me the damage isn't already done. Are there any other new characters this season besides the guy you interviewed, Eduardo? Are there any other new characters this season? No, he's not a new character. He was in seasons 6 and 7. So, yeah. But hopefully we'll get to interview some new people who are just coming on the show. I went back and watched season 1 and 2, and man, was Daryl an ass. Yeah, man, he was funny. I always bust out laughing when he says chokeholds are illegal. I love that shit. What's a side character you'd like to see more of in season 8? A lot of characters have been swept to the side, and I want to see more of them more active in the story. I want more Jesus. I want more badass Jesus. Ronnie needs Jesus. Ronnie, when do you think Daryl and Negan dies in the show? Negan, to be honest, if the Walking Dead show is really going to go on for a few more seasons, Negan's staying around at least for 3 or 4 more seasons. With Daryl, on one hand, I kind of have, the past couple seasons, I've been feeling like they've had some serious opportunities to have a powerful death to really just shake up the fan base with Daryl as a character. But more and more, I've been seeing fans every day more and more frustrated with Daryl and the choices that the writers have made for Daryl. Anymore, like after season 8, I feel like there's a chance he could drop out of that #1 spot of being such a huge fan favorite. By the time they get around to killing him, it might not even rock the fan base as much. You know what I mean? But then again, season 8 the trailer might drop, and then the Daryl fans go nuts all over again. So you don't know. You know what I mean? But more and more, I just seeing more disappointment with the choices. When do you think we already did that? When do you think All Out War will be season 8A or the whole season? I think it's the whole season. In season 8 trailer out. No, July 21st. Honestly, I feel like the only way to make sense of Rick not killing Negan is if he uses the same manner Negan takes with Rick. It is better to break him in front of everyone as opposed to killing him. Well, we're going to get into that slightly coming up in a... Yeah, Zombieland. That's the damn one. Who would win in a dust fight? A dust fight. I wasn't pissed about the season 6 cliffhanger. Thought it was awesome. I remember the Orange crushed the Walking Dead theory. Yeah, and crazy-ass theory ended up being true to a certain degree. Do you think that Carol will survive All Out War? Sorry if this was asked already. I just joined the stream. Yes. At this time, at this point in time, yes. I also think that is likely to change, but I think she's going to survive. I think the cliffhanger was a good idea and a good timing to do one. I still think the cliffhanger was a fine idea. How they filmed it and how they made it seem like we're getting the whole scene, here it is, and then they just went black on it. I think that is a horrible idea. I think it should have been filmed slightly different. Jimmy Coonan, I think Glenn and Rick flashback would only work if Rick flashes back to when he was about to kill himself in the tank in the pilot episode. But again, though, what does that do for the story? And I'm not shit-talking you. If that's the only flashback you'd like to see, fine. But I only want to see a flashback if it does something new and interesting or opens up the story in some different way. That doesn't do anything. Just flashing back, I don't know. In a way, it makes the new season feel kind of cheap. Like they couldn't do anything new. I mean, the actor's even alive. You couldn't do anything new. You had to just pull old footage. I don't know. I don't want flashbacks as a whole unless it's doing something new and different and doing something for the story. Do you think Rick is going to kill Negan in season 8? I personally feel this would be a mistake. Do we think Rick is going to kill Negan in season 8? At this time, I don't think so. I think there's a chance they can remix it. Abraham Ford, can you time out the next trailer question? Well, we were supposed to be discussing the trailer. Oh, I think you mean the people. Yeah, I think you mean the people asking when it's coming out. Yeah. Google will be a good... Never mind. When I say from the inside, I mean like what Dwight is doing with Rick's group. For example, slowing Negan down more and plotting against him with Rick's group. I think you mean Negan, right? Slowing Negan down when I say from the inside. Oh, yeah, sure. If you're talking about sabotaging, you know, Negan's... And keep in mind, too, this could be something that we're going to see. We could see characters like Eugene and Dwight not just in a moment. You know what I'm saying? We could see 20 minutes of an episode revolve around how Eugene is sabotaging this thing, because now you got to think of the tension. You can put Eugene in a situation where he has to sabotage this thing, but he might get caught by Simon, Negan. This ramps up the tension, ramps up the suspense. You could do that for Eugene. You could do that for Dwight. And that right there, if you, and I'm trying to think real general, let's say he has to sabotage one of the trucks or, I don't know, one of the bombs or whatever the hell it is. Right there could be a 20-minute clip of just Eugene going around the sabotage. It could be a 30-minute thing. As long as the story is interesting and you have that tension there, it could be a 30-minute situation just sabotaging something. And right there in a 40-minute... without commercials, in a 42-minute episode, right there's more than half of it just with sabotaging this one thing. That's almost one episode down with just sabotaging one bomb out of 16. So right there is a huge sliver that can be dealt with. We have so many different characters where you can start splintering the story out. We got a I'm guessing we're going to find a way to incorporate Oceanside into the story, or they're going to find a way to incorporate that into the story. So that's likely to be pieces to make up a whole nother episode. And I'm not talking about bottle episodes here. I'm talking about little pieces that once you add them all up, they will equal somewhere around a whole episode. So, but I do think there's going to be something on the inside done to sabotage what Negan's doing. Do you think Maggie will have a baby boy? If so, will she name him Glenn? I'm not sure. I thought that was going to happen in the comic, but something a little bit different happened. I'm thinking, for me, it's a 50-50. You know, for me, comic fans know. For me, it's a 50-50. It could happen. They could remix it, though. And I don't think it hurts the story remixing it. That's why I say I think it could be remixed. Did you hear about the canceling the Walking Dead prequel show with Sam Witwer? I have no idea what you're talking about. Hey Ronnie, you should post a schedule on your Instagram of your main videos and your live stream so people know when you're going to post and you can avoid some confusion. Yep, we are doing that coming up shortly. I think we have like 1 week. I did that the other day. I posted right before, but I didn't know I was going live with this till 20 minutes before we went live, and I went right on Twitter. So yeah, I posted it on Twitter, but I will, in a week or so, we're going to have schedules and we'll have stuff coming out. I'm sorry, are you waiting for me?
Jay.
We'll have stuff coming out. Jay. Where? Oh yeah, Julio. We'll have stuff coming out.
Nice name, by the way.
Relatively quickly. I'm.
Show the other. Wait, look.
I'm. What is that called? Hypnotizing you guys.
It goes out if you turn it up. If you turn it down, and if you spin it up, it goes in. Sometimes I
Okay, let me tackle this.
It actually hypnotized.
What is on your face? What is on your face?
Oh, I put some like Tylenol or something.
We'll lay down now, sweetie.
One time,
what?
My grandpa had one of my fidgets.
I gotta get to this though, honey.
And my grandpa was like going into space deeper, deeper.
Our grandfather's a trip though. So wait, I want to see what this person said. I think I may have a solution to getting the same questions over and over. A small side note on the screen. I'll tell you right now, they're not going to look at it. Of 5 or so questions with answers. I think the question of will Negan die in season 8. Yeah, I'm going to hopefully get the chat on the screen, and I should have, if I had time, I should have played with that for today. But we could do something and put it on the screen where this has been answered. You know, I'll type it up quick, but I'll tell you right now, 9 out of 10, or no one's probably going to read it. Well, honey, I got to end this, though. What?
You forgot to get the watermelon for me.
Oh, we'll grab it tomorrow. Can you please watch Vikings? Start covering it. I can't cover it. I got so much planned out right now that's already dealing with. Because keep in mind, with the move and everything and expanding, there's no way I'm squeezing Vikings in. Plus, it's in its like 6th season, and I don't want to get into a review only. I've been talking about that more and more. Everyone's coming up to me asking me to review different TV shows, and I don't want to get this into a... Because I tell you what, I don't enjoy reviewing TV shows and movies. I enjoy talking about movies I really like, and then movies and TV shows I don't like and why I don't like them, in the hopes that it could be useful information for future generations of fans and creators who are looking at this, and then they can see why they don't like it. I love that stuff. But if you were to say, hey, you know what? Your YouTube career from now forward is to review movies and TV shows, I would probably get a day job. I have no passion for that. So, you know, I'll check out Vikings if I can, if I have the time. And if it blows my hair back, then maybe we'll do like a video or 2 on it. But I can't promise anything right now. No, it's too bloody for you. Hey Ronnie, why are people questioning if they can make a whole season of war? If they can have half a season of build-up, then they can have a whole war season. Honestly, I think it's because of some of the pacing. There was some pacing issues where I honestly thought they were going to have the Saviors come in Season 8 and then Negan coming in Season 9. Or wait, did I have that at the end of Season 8? It doesn't matter. Because the pacing in Season 4 was... in a certain way where I thought they were going to really drag out some things, really flesh out some stories, really build upon what they were doing. So when we got to Alexandria, I honestly thought they were going to keep that same season 4 pacing where a whole half of the season would be an uprising in Alexandria. And that blew up in my face because they did the uprising in Alexandria in the first like 20 minutes of one episode in season 6. You know, as soon as that episode, you can go back and watch that. I think it was that review or the review later. As soon as I saw that, I said my shit is all screwed up, my timeline for predictions, because right there was like a whole chunk I thought they were going to expand on gone. So as far as the whole season 8 being war, I think there's definitely enough material. Keep in mind, they keep adding shit, and a lot of people are like, there's not enough comic material, but we also have added TV stuff that comes into play. There was a prequel show that got canceled. The protagonist, Sam Witwer, ended up being the zombie in the tank with Ronnie. It's pretty cool. Look it up. Alright, I'm going to have to look that up because now I know what you're talking about, but when I watched the interview, it was a prequel episode, not a show. Or maybe you're talking about a webisode. That's also slightly different. That's not a show. I'll look it up. If it was a show, then I definitely disagree. I'm glad they didn't do it, I'll be honest. If it was a webisode, like the Bicycle Girl webisode, I would have been all for it. That is so cool. But I'm not going to watch a whole season of an episode of just how the zombie got there. That's a waste of time for me. It doesn't do anything. Joe Cool, do you think Rick will be opposed to Carl joining in battles against the Outpost, or do you think Rick believes Carl has had plenty of experiences where he can handle himself? I think Carl's going to join the battles against the Outposts. Yeah, I think Carl's even going to hold Alexandria down. You know what I'm saying? In a way to say, okay, well, I'm not bringing my kid, you know, but because Carl is younger in the comic, because you can't treat TV Carl like he's 9. You can't do it. So, Ronnie, why do so many people want TV Carl dead? The show is about Carl, not Rick anyway, right, Ronnie? Question mark. I have a feeling you're setting me up. No. In my opinion, the show is definitely not about Carl. In the comic book, the comic's not even about Carl. The comic is about the Grimes family. Rick, and then one day, yes, Carl should most likely take over if the comic is going to run forever and forever. But I honestly do not believe at this point in time that Carl is a strong enough character, and I don't think it'll work. I don't think he can carry the show. So I would strongly disagree with you. Thank you, Caleb. I guess that's a compliment. You said I'm a beast. Do you think the grammar Nazi vegetable savior met scavengers, and that's why he was so stressed out about grammar? I have no idea. Yeah, has anyone seen The Mist so far? All the friends I've talked to that's seen it hate it. They all love the movie, though, so there might be some bias there.
Not the ending.
Oh, we're talking about the show, not the movie, honey. Ronnie, you say that your ad revenue is down lately. Would it help if the MAPP family started a campaign to click ads whenever they see them? I click ads for Ronnie. No, chances are you'd probably get this channel in trouble. If I say to do that, this channel could get terminated. That's against the rules. If everyone started doing that, I think it would actually get picked up on the analytics, and I would be automatically terminated until they look into it. I believe they'll do like a appeals thing or some shit like that. So no, I think it is what it is right now, and it's not just about watching or clicking on the ads. I don't know. It's complicated because, you know, people will say, oh, there's ads playing, but you're not making as much, because if you look at analytics, you could be like, oh, wow, you know, such and such is making $15 for this one thing, but I'm only making 50 cents. Or a year ago, for such and such views, you know, I made $500, but now it's like $20. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know how they're doing it, but it's still devastating. I shit you not. 2 days ago, I was just thinking like, it's over, because it's not getting any better. Ronnie, do you think Morgan has a mental issue, or is he really suicidal? Well, I think that goes hand in hand. Yes, I think he has a problem, and yes, I think he has. I think suicide's a real obstacle, for lack of a better word. Not the watermelon. Yeah, we usually keep watermelon around. She loves that. Dwight won't die. The Mist is kind of weak. The Walking Dead is best. Do you think Dwight will die at the end of season 8? I hope not. I think that'd be a bad move. The movie is good. The show is terrible. Watch the Mist movie in 3D. It's so much better, especially with the CGI. What do you think Judith's role could possibly be in the future, or don't you know? Judith, that's hard, because unless they skip a lot of time, she's still just going to be a kid. And even if they skip 6 years, and she's only 7, she's still a kid. So Judith is never going to be a character. You're right, Ronnie. It was an episode, not a show, about the tank zombie. Yeah, I've talked about that. Here's where I stand on that. It's a waste of my time. That's one idea that Frank Darabont had that I firmly stood against. It's not like it does. Like, listen, for a webisode or some shit like that, finding out how Rick got the grenade from that walker, how that walker got there, sure, that's a 30-40 minutes I would kill, no problem. But if I'm sitting down to watch season 2 and I watch this backstory of a walker, I'm going to be pissed, I'm not going to like that episode, because I want to come back and watch our main cast. I don't care about a character who died, who turned into a walker, and Rick later gets the grenade. I don't care about that at all. If that came first, if we saw the zombie die and then eventually Rick got the grenade, I think, oh man, that's cool, because that was a character I knew. So I think it really matters about the placement, about your interests. Again, and that is why I don't like it. I like it if it's a side story for just a half-an-hour webisode, but I hate it if they force me to watch that in the season before we get to our main cast. Who should be killed off in season 8, Morgan or Carol? Well, it depends. If you're going to combine Carol and Ezekiel's storyline, then you're forcing Morgan out the door. I think you can find a way to keep both of them. Then again, I think you can find a way to kill them both off in a really interesting way throughout the war, but there's also the possibility that Carol will go with Ezekiel, so I'll pick Morgan, although I don't want him to die, but if he does die, good life, good death. Ronnie, I think The Walking Dead could go beyond 300 issues. Thoughts? I love the hell out of it right now, but got college. Yeah, I think it could reach 300 easy. I want to see a webisode of the Well Walker. Do you think Dwight will die at the end of season 8? Oh, you already did that. Okay, let's scroll up. Old Man Carl theory. I'm starting to think some of you people are doing that because I think that theory's so damn dumb. Do you think we'll get Negan's backstory episode 7, then episode 8, Negan begin to start taking advantage? No, I don't know. I think the pacing, that just doesn't match up right. We want to hate him. We want to go into this war wanting, we want to desire Negan to be killed, defeated, destroyed. We should be foaming at the mouth for it to happen. That way, when it does, we get enjoyment out of it. It's a reward for us. If you go ahead and you give us Negan's backstory and make him more sympathetic, you soften the reward for us seeing him get defeated. So I think it's a horrible idea for them to give us his backstory before he's defeated at any point in time. After, do it whenever, because it fits. What do you think the trailer is going to consist of? Well, this is something I did want to discuss with the trailer predictions. I did want to talk about, once we started talking about it, I was thinking, oh my God, you know what? It was a good idea at first in your head, but then you forget about it later on because, yeah, there's going to be a lot of war stuff, but we'll have a lot of preparation stuff. If the first 4 episodes are going to melt our brains, we're going to get a lot of that shit in the trailer. We will be able to piece together a good chunk of what's going to happen in the first 4 episodes, because keep in mind, the trailer consists of the first 4 episodes, definitely, in the trailer. After that, a little bit of 5, tiny bit of 6, almost nothing of 7, depending on if they filmed anything for 8. So, yeah, I do believe we're going to get a trailer that highlights where we left off. Some type of a war is coming, maybe a little quick montage of a recap montage, right? End the recap montage, just a few seconds, kicking the war off, and then slowly start doing a character portrait of people preparing for the war. You can get the kingdom people suiting up, maybe see some type of kingdom. Oh, that would be so damn cool. Since it's all out war and you have all the communities, you would see the kingdom logo, and in the comic book they showed logos, and the logos didn't really play a main part. Like they didn't put logos on their clothes when they went to war, you know what I mean? But show the kingdom logo in a post-apocalyptic style, dust, dirty, vines growing over it. It doesn't even have to be from the show. Just create one that's the kingdom. Show them gearing up for war. Maybe have Rick doing a speech while you're doing this. Then you show the hilltop. They're gearing up for war. You see Jesus getting ready. You see Maggie doing a little speech telling these people, and maybe Gregory is listening, you know, at a distance. I think he left previously, and then we see him in another clip talking to Simon, so we know there's going to be sabotages among the ranks, not just with the good guys but with the bad guys. So and then we also see again the symbol for the hilltop. What is it in the damn comic? It doesn't matter. And then we come to the Alexandrians now. So we get the survivors. We see our main group. We get Michonne gearing up, sharpening her sword, whatever. We get Rick now. The speech is coming down to a conclusion. We see the saviors finally. They're the head bad guys. The saviors, the garbage people. We see the garbage people maybe setting up some booby traps. We see the saviors piling out of an outpost. I mean, such a massive force to be reckoned with coming out of one of the outposts. And then people are getting into positions. The speech starts lowering down. The music comes down a little bit as well. And that's where you just really ramp up with the war stuff. I don't know now if you want to just go all crazy with shit exploding and the gunfire and bring that up, or do you want to do something where you have someone talking, the music's at a low, but it's like classical music, but something like a classical, like a soundtrack music where it's a classical style, but like an orchestra. That's what I'm thinking of. So you got the orchestra music and you're really ramping that up, and you have just a war raging on. I think something like that would just be epic as hell for the trailer for All Out War. But I want it, as a fan, I want it to be promoted with All Out War and not some other shit. You know, man, I would love some shit like that. You guys let me know what you think for a trailer for All Out War, because I have seen some fans discussing the possibility that we're just going to get a regular trailer and it's not going to be an All Out War trailer. It's not going to hype All Out War. It might mention war, but that's not going to be like the main focus. It'll be just like a regular, you know, these people are doing this, you have walkers over here, characters setting up, you have, you know, some gunfight, some gunfire, and yada yada yada. Do you think the saviors will just find Sherry? That's a tricky one. Yeah, that is a tricky one, because now it's like, okay, you bring her back, what's her role in the story now? You know, what are you going to do with her in this, that, and the third? I do think that it's possible the... man, is that cutting it too close? If the saviors find Sherry, Dwight's in a location, they have their walkies, and then Negan gets called over. Oh, we got Sherry. And now Dwight has to get there. I think we talked about maybe Daryl being captured. But what if it's Sherry? Sherry's captured. Dwight has to get there in enough time to release her. Maybe Daryl even shows up somehow, out of coincidence, and then he's fighting him off. Dwight shows up, and they have to work together to free Sherry. Daryl just wants to kill saviors, and he'll free Sherry because karma, you know, or payback. She freed him. I think that's interesting. Sherry freed Daryl. If Daryl runs into them and they have Sherry captured, you know, out in the field, he'll want to free her. Dwight could come because he gets a little caught up. Maybe he can't take everyone out, and Dwight helps Daryl. Yeah, that could be something. I like that. I kind of like that. I like that a lot, actually. Anyway, excited for Fear the Walking Dead trailer for the second half. I'm really excited only because they started this first half with the ranch. You know what I'm saying? So they've been doing this split just like The Walking Dead recently. So will they still be at the ranch, or will it, you know, be something different? I want them to stay there though. Just make the story bigger and more at stake. We're gonna cut. We're an hour and 40 minutes. We're going to be on our last leg here. Will Rick's army take out all the Savior outposts by the end of the season, or will there still be a couple left? I think there will be a couple left, because keep in mind, this is not, realistically, it's not two groups that are going to kill each other until there's no one left standing. You have people in charge. And once you take out the people in charge, the other people who were following orders, they're not going to continue to fight. So that's all you got to focus on. So once Rick takes out the people in charge, I think the other people will fall in line. You think Daryl will die this season? Maybe. Maybe we see Negan's life in a flashback before he dies. Yeah, sure. When Juliet said the ending of The Mist wasn't awesome, does that mean she's seen it? She knows of it, yeah, because I was watching behind the scenes. She hasn't seen The Mist. She saw it behind the scenes, and it played out the ending with, how did they do it? With the alternate take and stuff. I didn't let my daughter watch the end of The Mist. Yeah, it's brutal. Well, if she watched any of The Mist, I think the end she can handle. Well, then again, I don't know how old your daughter is. Here, Ronnie, do you think that Carl will finally get a haircut in Season 8? He needs to. And stop being a bitch in the process. Laugh out loud, Season 8 hype. He needs to. I hope Judith is the one to kill Negan in, like, Season 12. Yeah, right? Oh, Dylan, we got a super chat. Will you get a signed copy of my book, bro? Oh, you will get a signed copy of my book, bro. Awesome. Best of luck with that book. When's it coming out? Let me make sure I didn't miss any other super chats. Yeah, for some reason, yours don't pop up. I got to scroll for yours. Everyone else, they pop up here. Can't wait to see Daryl kill saviors. I hope there's a slow death for that one savior who scraped his feet on the ground after beating Aaron in the heart still. Yeah, I want to see him die slow too. Ronnie, do you think there will be more sequels of The Walking Dead? Are you talking about Telltale, the TV show? Yeah, I don't know what you mean. I'm gonna assume you mean the Telltale video game, right? Yes, I think there will be. Do you think Negan knows about the poison pills Eugene made? I think he's suspicious, definitely. Joey V, thank you very much with a super chat. Did you like the sneak peek? That sneak peek was fake. Ronnie, have you ever been to Comic-Con? No, I have not. Hey Ronnie, do you go to Walker Stalker Con? I can't because I live in Canada and it's too far to drive, plus I have no money. No, I have not been there either. Money's tight as well. Any chance for Whispers? Maybe a Whisperer teaser at the end of the season? For me, I say no. Because look, if you tease the Whispers, you also give it away. You gave it up. So therefore, you don't have anything, you know, any surprises, anything unique that you can bring to the table and build on. Once you give it up in the very end, you got to come back into that season and just shit it out. And I think that hurts the story. Now, if you leave something that is still mysterious, but it doesn't give up the Whispers, I think that is cool, sure. Ronnie, do you think there will be more sequels of The Walking Dead? Oh, we already did that one. Hey, Ronnie, love you. Ha, ha, ha. How's the comic going along? Comic is good. Like I said, we got just this one more week. Within the next 7 days, we're going to be announcing the release date for the digital. That's awesome. So I'm hyped about that. What is your ideal ending for the show? We've talked about this in numerous times, and I just lose it when I come to an ideal ending because I have no idea where the story's going to be at. I could have, I don't know. We'll get into that in a video, though. It's really a loaded question for a live stream and to think off the top of your head. Ronnie, are you going to review Preacher Season 2? Probably not. Again, I don't want this to turn into reviewing TV shows. What is your ideal ending for the show? Wait, didn't we already do that? How do these keep popping up? Look, it's up here twice on my screen. Do you think that everyone but one character in Fear will die and then become a villain? Talking about main characters, wouldn't it be sweet to see the transformation and then see true evil? Well, here's the thing. Here's why I say no, and I strongly disagree. What they're doing with the characters right now would feel like they didn't know where it was going to go. If they turn evil, look back at what these characters, what they've been, how they've acted towards each other. If we see a slow process over the course of, 6, 7, 8 seasons at the rate they're going, then sure. But if it's next season they're evil, that's going to be forced and just bad. There's no way. Look at these characters now. Look at how they act. Look at how they treat each other. Look at the hope in between the dialogue and what each character does. There's no way. Like, we still get people who think Madison's going to turn into someone who brutalizes their children. Everything she's doing right now is to protect her children. So how in the world is she going to turn into a character that brutalizes her own children? It's like, I don't see how that connection can be made. Now, if she was a shitty mother and couldn't stand her kids, and they just, and they had that kind of relationship and it was different, yes, I can buy into that. Sure, make them villains. I would actually like to see characters that end up being the villains. It just needs to be set up properly, and it needs to fit the characters. You know what I'm saying? That would be like in season 8, Daryl starts acting like Aaron for no reason, other than to just make him gay all of a sudden. You know what I'm saying? Ika. Did I say that wrong? Sorry, I missed this live stream. Ika with the super chat. Don't be sorry. Thank you very much for the support. The support means a lot. Thanks, Ronnie. Love this channel. I appreciate that. I'm writing a book, currently taking a break, though. Do you think Glenn should return in a flashback? No. No. At this time, I think he should return in something. If it fits the story. I got to make sure I put that in there. The flashback I was talking about, here's Negan's story in Season 8 or Season 9 to slow the pace. I don't think they need to slow the pace. For all-out war, I don't think they need to slow the pace. I think there's a lot there they can pull from. Are you going to make any skits? Yes, we'll have skits coming. If you could have revived a character for the show, who? Andrea, but only if they would have rewrote her to be different and not an ass, because she was written bad in Season 3. Who would you bring back? Yeah, it'd probably be Andrea. Someone from the hilltop should kill Simon. Maybe. Someone from the hilltop should kill Simon. I don't know. I think it should be someone from the main cast. You reviewed Season 1 of Preacher and enjoyed it. Season 2 was off to a great start. Yep, we're making some changes, though. I just can't have this turning into a channel where we review TV shows. It's just not where my passion is. I would suck at that. I'm not even kidding you. I did like Season 1 of Preacher. And we might discuss Season 2. Sure, I'm not saying, I watched 3 or 4 episodes of Preacher Season 2. I might do a video and talk about it. That's absolutely fine, but we're getting settled now. The comic has a lot to do with where a lot of my free time is going. Once that is done with this buildup of stuff I got to get done, once that's done and we get on the schedule coming to the end of this June and then going into July, hopefully by the end of July, all that mountain of work, that the obstacle of work, once I jump over that, we will be going into the new stuff and the changes we're making on the channel and stuff, where we have the regular videos, then we have the live stream videos, and then we have the other stuff in the zombie genre and everything like that. So you'll see. Around July, June, July, this is when we're working out the kinks. And then after July, this is when we're moving forward with the new stuff. So I'm hyped. Hey, Ronnie, do you have a job besides YouTube? And if so, what do you do? Painter. Did you ever take any classes like creative writing? Yeah, I took a lot of screenwriting classes. Ronnie, have you ever watched The Leftovers? Yeah, I like The Leftovers. I really like that. I like the way they ended it, too. Do you think Rick will slit... I'm not going to do that because it's a comic book spoiler, but I do believe they're going to do something similar, but it remixed. Do you think... Oh, we already did that. Beth just felt like she had more potential, plus she is a baddie. Ronnie, I want someone to kill a celebrity or political walker in the show. If you had your choice, who would it be? Well, that's difficult because I don't agree with that. I want The Walking Dead to stay dark, you know, cinematic, realistic, and I don't want to see a Trump Walker. I think that is it just rips me out of that realism, and I would hate it. I would shit talk that so hard. Like, I don't want to see an Obama Walker, a Bill Clinton Walker. I don't want to see a Bill Murray Walker. Like, that belongs in what was that shit? We were just talking about that. Zombieland. It belongs in Zombieland, and it's perfect. Shaun of the Dead. It's perfect. The only way it fits in The Walking Dead is if it's a split second, they don't draw any attention to it, and you need to be told about it and then pick it out. That's the only way it works. So I wouldn't pick anyone because I don't want that to be in the show. Christopher Murray. Ronnie, Fear the Walking Dead showed footage of Bill Clinton on the 3rd episode, Season 3. Does it mean something? I didn't know they showed that. If it means something, it only means that it took place in 2010. That would be the only thing they were going for. And that is confirmed. I see a lot of people who wonder that. The TV universe takes place in 2010. Or it's supposed to. I know they have a car from 2013, but I don't give a shit. What do you think Maggie is going to do without Dr. Carson? I think something's going to come up in the story where they need to get him. All right, we're down to the last 8 minutes, and we're going to we're going to quit after that. I don't know what I was talking about. All right. We need bad guys. Not always killing off the villains is good. We need the good and the bad. Good and the bad. Yeah, I agree with you, definitely. Do you think Dwight will die? I think it's possible. Ronnie, do you think there will be a movie for The Walking Dead? If yes, when? I just answered that, though, because you said, do you think he'll die? Sure, yeah, eventually. Everyone dies. I don't mean like anytime soon, though. Ronnie, do you think there will be a movie for The Walking Dead? If yes, when? Yes, there will be a movie, but not for years to come. Probably when the TV show is done. Dude, am I the only one who loves Madison as a character? She ain't as bad as everyone compares her to be. I partially agree with that. I think they have fallen flat with her character for a lot. I do like the actress. I think there's a lot of charm there, sure. And I think if they would have gave her a character that wasn't so cold and stubborn and hard, they would have been better off. I think they shot that character right in the foot with that cold and hard and tragic backstory bullshit. Just, you know, flesh her out a little bit, for crying out loud. I think she's getting better now because she has more to do. You know, there's more active there. So instead of just staring at somebody holding a hammer, she's actually doing shit. So I'll agree with you partially. I never thought she was as bad as everyone was saying. No, but I don't. For me right now, she's not like this all awesome badass character. She's cool, and I'm hoping it keeps going down that path. I wish they would do a better job with Jesus on the show. He is just be relegated to the gay best friend, whereas in the comic, he's quippy, flippy, badass thoughts. I say the same thing. I mean, in the comic, he was no bullshit, badass, hardcore, you know, I don't know. There's just a difference there, and I agree with you. I want comic Jesus, but for the show Jesus, fine, you changed him. They had enough badass sex symbols on the show, I guess, or that, like the rugged mountain man, that's how he is in the comic. The rugged mountain man who can do comic books, Jesus Christ, who can do martial arts. Anyway, but they did something different. Okay, fine, you know, give us more of TV Jesus then, if you're gonna change him. I'd like to see more of him. Is there a trailer out soon? Yes. July 21st. Ronnie, do you like MMA? Yeah, I don't go out of my way to watch it, but if it's on, or if I go out and we're watching it, I mean, yeah, I definitely watch it and definitely enjoy it and get into the fights. But I don't go out of my way to put it on TV to watch it. Will you do anything for Outcast Season 2? Please, I love that story so much. I would like to talk about it, sure. It's not out yet in the US, and there's no announcements yet of when it's coming out. What's your personal opinion of the Eugene situation? Do you think he's... we already asked this. How is this back? I think Eugene's fine. He's just dealing with his bullshit. I don't think he betrayed the group, you know what I mean? And I think he's going to be back with Rick's group, sure. Do you think Beta will ever come back and start this war again? Absolutely. Absolutely. Ronnie, do you think Carrie Coon, who plays Dora Durst on The Leftovers, would be good to play Magda on The Walking Dead? I feel like she would be perfect. No. I think she would definitely be a good character on The Walking Dead. I think she is definitely I 100% put her on The Walking Dead. I think she has a lot of range, a lot of talent. I think she is popular enough to have a fan base follow her over, but not known enough to where it won't be distracting. You know what I mean? As far as being Magna, though, I think there's definitely a better fit out there for Magna. If they cast her as Magna, she's got range. She could probably make it work. Then again, we haven't seen a lot of comic Magna. It could be perfect if we see more, you know? All right, so 4 minutes. Do you like banana bread? Nah, I don't know. I hope in the trailer they show Rick and Negan in a fist fight. I don't think they'll show that because it has to happen in the first 4 episodes of season 8. Maybe in the second trailer for after the mid-season break, you know what I mean? I am warming up to Fear now, but Madison says in one scene they need to stick together as a family. Then in the next scene, she's off trying to avenge Travis. It's confusing. Yeah. I don't know. Fear the Walking Dead's one thing that's getting really annoying with Fear the Walking Dead right now is if it's good, and I agree, it's definitely headed in a better direction than season 2 was heading, and I'm thrilled and I want it to keep heading in a better direction. The only thing that's getting annoying though is because you had, what, 3 or 4 good episodes, it's like all of a sudden it's better than The Walking Dead. Like, in all honesty, I feel like if anyone says that, you weren't all that thrilled about The Walking Dead to begin with. There's no way you love a TV show for 8 seasons, 7 seasons, and then a show that everyone shit-talked last year has 3 good episodes, and all of a sudden it's better than the main show. I can't even find a logic behind that. It just doesn't logically make any damn sense. Now, if you loved Fear the Walking Dead from the gate, and you loved it better than The Walking Dead, if you say, yeah, fine, because there's different strokes for different folks and shit. If you like that style better, you like the characters better, you like this and that and the third, I think that's awesome. Go ahead, knock yourself out. I buy in that. But the people who didn't like it and shit-talked it last year, but this year, after 3 good episodes, they're all of a sudden... bullshit. I might be I messed that up. I might be misremembering, but did you say you were coming out with a Breaking Bad video? Yes. I thought you mentioned something like that a while back. Yeah, I know. You know, 2 weeks in YouTube time seems like a lifetime, but and I'm not saying I said that 2 weeks ago, but I think it was like last month when I said that, but June through July was supposed to be the rocky point. We're not even done with June yet, you know what I mean? Once we get closer to the end of July, we're going to have the schedules for the shit. It's going to be posted. It'll be on the website. I would like to post it on all the social medias, but we're bound to get someone who's going to be like, well, I only do this one and not this one. So I will do my best to get it posted in one specific site no matter what, and then the social medias. But we'll have the schedule. We'll have the scheduled days for the videos, the live streams, and then the other videos like the planned videos. I'll show you guys and give you an idea of what's coming out for the new stuff with the expansion. So trust me, once we get towards the end of July and we're done with everything, it'll be a lot. The road will be clear ahead. And even when things get a little rocky, I'm sure they will, the scheduling part will always stay on point. We'll be able to say, no, this isn't happening, this is happening now. So we just got to hang in there. And the only reason I said it's like, oh, 2 weeks is like lifetimes, because I know I made a comment, I think it was like a week ago. No, yeah, I made a comment like a week ago. 3 days after I made the comment, someone was like, oh, when's this and this coming out? And it's like, man, I told you that's not coming out till after July, and it's been 3 days, and this person's like, when is that? I don't know. Will we see injured Rick in season 8? I don't think they need it for the story, but it's possible. We're on our last minute. I did a ramble, so we'll do 3 extra minutes because I rambled. Have you taken Juliet to see Wonder Woman? No, I wanted to, but she wasn't interested, so we're gonna red box it. Mary Elizabeth Winston as Magna. I'm drawing a blank to who that is. Any doctors or nurses watching? I don't know. Can I get a huge shout out? Who? Simba Trey. Thank you for taking time out to do this stream and answer questions. Thank you very much. Banana bread? I don't know what's up with the banana bread. What, if any, added storylines would you like to see in season 8? just the stuff around the war. I don't want to see anything veer off of that, you know. Ronnie, how do you feel about Gabriel being upgraded into intro credits? Bigger story, question mark. I'm cool with that, sure. I don't really pay attention to stuff like that, but if it means bigger story, sure, let's do this. I think the actor is fantastic, so use him as much as possible. Hey, Ronnie, you think AMC will stretch out till All Out War till season 9? Would that be the best way to pay homage to the comics? Yes, in my opinion, All Out War should stay for all of season 8, you know. Don't burn yourself out, Ron. Take it slow. No rush here. Thank you very much. Did you see Lucille's cameo in Supernatural? I heard of it. I didn't see it, but I heard of it. Off topic, but did you see Baby Driver? No, I want to see that. I'm mostly curious to see if John Hamm would be a good Negan, because I think he's in a leather jacket, and if he's a wild character, at least you can get a read on it, you know. Or if you're the Walking Dead character is too far advanced to the Walking Dead, Rick still isn't killing and Madison is perfectly okay with killing. That would be a good video topic, you know. Maybe we can do that. I'll write that down, actually. That is a good video topic. My book is about different dimensions. Laugh out loud. Its title, Unknown Dimensions. Need some time to think about who to kill. Laugh out loud. It's titled Unknown Dimensions. I would change that title. Ronnie's being a dick. Yeah, that's difficult because you might have the title on point. Just as, like, I don't know what your book's about. It seems like too general. Like, I'm lost. Like, if I Unknown Dimensions, it just doesn't tell me enough about it. But that's a general criticism. I want to check on her. So let's power this down. I will definitely see you guys. I think she's having another nightmare. I will definitely see you guys in another couple days. Keep this on your brain for anyone else who's listening who didn't hear any of the updates. June, July, they're the rocky ones. You know, we might do more live streams than more regular videos. We might review less on this or that, you know, da-da-da-da. But once we hit the July and everything straightens out, we're good to go with scheduling, merchandise, daily videos, this and this and this and this. Well, maybe not daily videos because I do have longer videos in the work. But trust me, relax. June, July. Yeah, somewhere around, you guys know. Good things coming. Thank you very much. I'm trying to read and talk at the same time because I see carrot cake and I'm like, what the fuck are you guys talking about? You sleeping in tomorrow? No, I don't sleep in. I gotta get up. Holy shit, it's almost 2 in the morning. I'm out of here. You guys keep me awake too much. Huge shout out and thank you to everyone who came by to live stream. Huge shout out for the super chats. Kevin, Dylan, Beaver6D9, Ashley Estrada, Dylan Voorhees, Joe V, and Ika. I think I say that right or wrong. It's E-E-K-A. Kevin Quintana. I think I said that right. All right, guys. Huge thank you for coming by the stream. Huge thank you to the patrons. Huge thank you to everyone who supported in the super chat and everyone hitting that like button. I don't know why I'm looking down there. It probably looks awkward. Have a good night.